Hello, good morning, everybody. Chance here again. We're gonna do a retake on that. I just looked at the video, and man, I didn't realize that my router was not connected. Imagine that, okay? So that's why I noticed the video is so choppy. Next time, you guys gotta let me know. Let me know that the stuff is choppy when in your comments. That's all right. So we're gonna do a quick retake. It's all good because I want to take this video and make sure I share it with other places as well. So I'm gonna delete that first one. So here we go again. So today we are talking again from my brand new book, chapter 37 of Strategic Secrets, how we can use these effective and strategies to be able to make a difference in our life, in our relationships, professional life, whatever it may be. These are the most time-tested wisdom and strategies and tactics available today. It's not fluff. It's years of years of studying, what went into this. So I want you guys to be able to have it. I want you guys to be able to know that you can make a difference. So today's chapter is all about how to stop tolerating mess in your life, in your relationships. This is very crucial, and it goes on the heels of the chapter we dealt with yesterday, where we talked about dealing with the 7 toxic people in your life and how we can be able to address it. Because if we don't, it will definitely derail our success and our chances of moving forward and making a big difference. That's why it is crucial for us to be able to study and to be able to read and to know what to do. So yesterday evening, there was a one comment in particular, and we kept going back and forth because I see that it resonated. So that's why I skipped over one chapter today, but make sure you go back and read that, because I want to make sure that this one goes in conjunction with what we did yesterday to further the discussion that is taking place here on Facebook. So let's go. Introduction, right? There is a quotation here from Leo Tolstoy. He said, "Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself." That's the reality. You really can't change other people, but you can change yourself. We can impact and influence other people, but it is up to each person to change him or herself. You and I, what we got to do is be the example of how to do it. Be the example and let other people follow in your footsteps. And so that will make your life a whole lot easier. So tolerated mess can be anything. When we say tolerated mess, we're talking about in your relationships, in your health, in your finances. When you analyze how you're spending your money, are there some things that you're tolerating? Okay. Are you spending money for things that you are no longer using? Are you in a relationship, but you know that the significant other or whomever it may be, friends, even, co-workers, they give you a whole lot of mess, but you don't want to ever deal with it. You don't want to confront it. This is not for you. You have to make the decision to let go of some of those things, or put your foot down, or set up some boundaries. And so that's what we're going to rush through real quick here, so that you can get the point. So you can go back and watch the first video, but like I say, it's choppy, so maybe you might just want to listen to it. So here are some things to analyze. How do we analyze if we are tolerating mess? Number one is in your physical health. What excuses have you been tolerating for why you haven't lost weight, started exercising consistently, or getting enough sleep, or eating more nutritious foods? What excuses have you been tolerating? Because these are good for you. And if you're going to become truly successful or become great, then obviously you want to take care of your physical health, because it's very important. Number two, what negative emotions have you been tolerating lately in your life that you need to stop as soon as possible, right? Have you become critical, bitter, cynical, unforgiving, and so forth? Are you playing the victim card? That's how they treat me, and that's how it's always going to be, and I can't help it. You can always help it. And Elba, welcome back. Here's what we're doing. I'm re-shooting this video because the first one was very choppy. I didn't have my router connected, so I wanted to be a bit clearer so that I can share it in other places and so forth. So stay with me if you can. If not, that's cool. We just want to make sure that we kind of go over this information. Number three is, who are the toxic people in your life that you need to limit your interactions with or excuse from your life? Are you tolerating a hostile, disrespectful relationship that is clearly not in your best interest or the other person's best interest? Realistically speaking, sometimes we got to just let people go. You know what I'm saying? Your peace of mind, that when a relationship is clearly not working, there's no sense trying to save it. There's somebody out there for you, somebody better. Like, you got to let these things go. Okay. Now, of course, if you're in a marriage relationship, that's a different situation. You might have to endure a little bit longer or get some help, get some counseling and so forth. But the reality is still, even there, you got to set boundaries. You can't tolerate mess from your partner, mess from your mate. You got to be able to let them know, hey, this is the way we need to do things. There's some things you can compromise on. We do it all the time. But you just simply cannot keep tolerating and put up with mess. Like at some point, it's going to cause you to become bitter, cause you to become critical, cynical, and hate life and maybe even the other person. So why not, if those people, even on your job, you might not be able to leave the job, but you can probably ask for transfer, a different department. Or like we said, deal with the 7 toxic people in the way we shared in the last chapter, and you'll be able to handle those folks effectively. Okay, number 4. Who on your team is a consistent headache or non-producer that you've been tolerating because you don't want to ruffle anybody's feathers or you don't want to rock the boat? Who keeps interrupting you, right, when you are doing a task? Who keeps wasting your time with long drawn-out meetings, pointless phone calls, emails and text messages? All of these are things that you just simply cannot put up with. Me, for example, I travel all over the world, and sometimes people want to connect with you. So I had a phone recently, and some folks, you might be there. Hey, you know what? That's the reality. So I had to uninstall WhatsApp from my phone because every day I'm getting all these messages and foolish messages. Hey, Chance, what's up? And I'm like, dude, if you're going to contact me, like, say something. Like, don't just ask me what's up. I'm not going to respond to 20 people asking me what's up. Like, oh, hey, Chance. Like, you know what I'm saying? What is the problem? What do you need? So in a respectful way, in order for me, because sometimes like, oh, why you not responding? I got one guy say, hey, since you left here, you haven't responded to me. I'm like, you haven't said anything. You haven't asked anything. So I just decided I'm going to uninstall the app completely from my phone. And so that's what we talk about. That's one way. I'm not going to tolerate trying to respond to all these messages. Same thing even here. Got a lot of, stuff coming in for friend requests. So I'm like, okay, I have a public page. Let's go and connect with me on my public page because it's public. Here, I'm not going to respond to every single friend request. Most people I don't honestly know. It's a good thing. I mean, you're writing books and you're doing these things. So I know people will have those friend requests. But I'm telling you, if you're going to become great and you want to be successful, you have to prioritize what it is that you're doing. You cannot respond to every request. You have to be able to work on only what is important. So even there, you limit some of the things because you're going to keep clicking all the time. And then all these people stuff showing up on your news feed, and some of it is inappropriate content. I don't roll like that. So I can't be responding to everyone because I don't know you like that. So if you're sending me friend requests, I'm telling you, because these are stuff I'm practicing, right? I have to not tolerate mess. For example, if someone sent me a friend request, they have no image, no picture of themselves, clearly I don't respond to that friend request at all. Also, if you send me a friend request and we only have like 1 or 2 people in common, because number, how it says like you have so and so many other people like you're connected with. So if it's just like under 5, generally I don't respond to that as well. And also, because there's a hackers too. If people, you check them out and they only been on Facebook for a couple months, I don't respond to those because I'm like, this might be bogus. So that's how you kind of limit your stuff. Do not tolerate mess in any area of your life, even procrastinating. Erica came on earlier. Good morning, Jaquan Johnson. How you doing, brother? Kimberly, good morning. So the thing is, Erica said, if you're going to have a pity party, have your pity party, but then know that it's finished and just keep moving. And you got to do that. Sometimes you got to cry. Some of you go back on the first video. I posted a picture that one of my friends, shared. It was important, right? It's a lady putting on a shoe and the shoe can't fit. And so the capture says that, when God already told you that this guy or this gal is not good for you and you keep trying to make it work. Yeah, you see, your foot is getting all bent out of shape because you're trying to make something work that is not meant to work. So get out there and make a difference. Number 5 is, why do I tolerate losing money? Am I putting up with poor customer service from a particular business that have better services in the area you can choose from? Are you tolerating a faulty product? Like if the product is not working, take it back. Don't put up with these things, okay? You got to be disciplined enough. Also, am I tolerating people not paying me for my time and my products and services? What excuses do I need to give up that are preventing me from saving and investing money. You cannot waste money. This is one of the stuff that causes marital problem like nothing else. Maricela, good morning. Hey, I need to call you. I need an appointment actually either later today or tomorrow. Okay, so this is very important. We live in an area, of course, you know, we understand poverty, right? That's one of the things we deal with. We go on humanitarian trips overseas, Africa, different places. But the reality is we can do better. Like many of us, we need to take charge of our finances. And this is an ongoing stuff. Marriages disintegrate for the number one reason that of money issues. Money problems is the biggest cause of relationship stress and health problems. Because when you are stressed out financially, even trying to get services to better your health, many people don't have the financial resources. But part of it is we tolerate our bad spending habits, our lack of discipline in saving and investing. So we need to hold ourselves accountable, as it were, and do something about this. Because if you don't, you're going to be in a position in the future where you can't help your kids, or now you are dependent upon them when you shouldn't be dependent upon them, or when it's time to bury you, instead of leaving a blessing, you're leaving bills. That's really what I see. I've done so many funerals, and that's the recurring theme, is that people are not financially stable, or not financially in a position to even have a great funeral, and because of financial difficulties. It's a tough topic. That's for another book. But at the same time, don't tolerate losing and wasting money. Cancel some of this stuff. Some people buying $400 phones, $500 phones, and you can't afford to pay some kind of a bill, right? Some people have internet service, you know, and big long packages. You have 300-400 channels and you only watch one. Why are you paying for all of this? You know, and you're only watching maybe the news or a few channels. Like, get those, or online, right? You can watch things online now. You don't need to be paying all of this kind of digital service or whatever. I'm saying, take charge of your money, take charge of your health. Number 6, what problems have you been talking about over and over again that you have not just decided to address? I like to say, listen, it's either you deal with it or stop talking about it already. Like, do something about it, or just let it go, because people get tired of hearing you whine and complain about the same thing over and over again. And for my Christian or spiritual minded people, what secret vice or sin have you been tolerated in your life? Over and over, we keep doing bad things, or we keep doing things that are not good for us. Many of us say, okay, we believe in the word of God, we believe in this, and the reality is we're not living it in alignment with our beliefs. So yes, everyone struggle. That's reality. Okay, so we're not down in that, but I'm talking about willfully engaging in things, or over and over going back to the same bad things, bad relationships, you know, secret vices and so forth. Like, listen, either repent, confess, and like move on already. Like, you know what I mean? We like to say, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Well, how come we don't say that for this particular things we're dealing with and struggling with? If we can do all things through Christ and nothing is impossible for God, then he can give you the strength to overcome and gain victory over whatever it may be. Or get help, as we stated before. Ask for help. If it's an addiction, go get help for it. But don't tolerate the mess. Now, quickly, what are some things you can do now? So that's how you analyze. So those are 7 things you do to analyze if you are tolerating mess. Now, how do we actually deal with it and stop tolerating? It's a simple step. Number 1 is acknowledge you have a problem. If you don't acknowledge you have a problem, you will never deal with it, or you will never go get the help. People can't help you if you don't acknowledge that you have a problem. There's so many things. That's why so many of the anonymous programs begin with, "Hi, my name is so and so, and I am it." So you have to. That's not defeat. That's acknowledging I have a problem. Listen, I'm a chronic spender. Listen, I like to, I like to do X, Y, and Z, and right now I need to overcome it. So until I do, this is who I am. I'm a liar. Like, if we call ourselves those things, trust me, it might be that we will overcome faster. But the problem is we don't like to acknowledge our faults and our problems. That is not bad things. That is reality. You have to claim and own even your mess. Own your mess, and so you can deal with it to clean it up. Number 2 is just set a definite time. Like Erica says, If you're going to have a pity party, decide, hey, you know what? I'm going to wallow in my mess for the next 2 weeks. But after that, I'm going to deal with it and I'm going to move on. So you make a decision is the next step. Decide to actually let it go. Even good things, by the way. As I shared in the last video, even today, I'm going to, hi, Mike, how you doing? Even today, I'm going to make a decision. Okay, last night I made this decision. I support a lot of organizations. I do a lot of humanitarian projects and work. And they're good things. There's nothing wrong with them. But one organization in particular, I'm supporting it, but it's no longer resonating in my heart. I'm no longer really feeling it. And you know, their mission is good, is a good mission, but I'm just not there. I'm not. So and how do I know that? I don't read their newsletters anymore. You know, I don't open when they even send mail. I don't open it. Like, so it's a waste of money. So for me, I'm just supporting them because I want to or because I have to. Well, I can redirect that money into better channels. So that's one thing today is on my actual goals and task list today is call this organization and cancel your support with them. It might break their heart, but guess what? That's also, again, stop tolerating mess and losing money unnecessarily. So, of course, they're not going to go under. This is a very, very big organization that's known globally, actually. Okay, so number 4 is confront the mess. Have a talk, have a sit down. Say you're going to deal with it today. Even on your job, like sometimes you got to go in and tell your boss, listen, or your manager or supervisor, whoever it may be, I don't like how you've been treating me. I don't like how you've been speaking to me. And this has to stop. Right? You know, whoever it may be. Even at church, like I said, sometimes we avoid. Church is one of the craziest places of all. People avoid each other like a plague at church. Folks be having beef for years. Like one is walking on this side and the other is walking on that side. I'm like, boy, we're not ready for the kingdom yet. So the reality is, but sometimes go and sit down and have a talk with the person. Say, listen, we've been having this problem. It's time for us to put a stop to it. Your kids the same way. They might be misbehaving or your kids might be doing foolish stuff. Like you got to have a sit down with them. Let's deal with this issue. We can't just keep brushing it on the table because it's only going to get worse. Time does not heal all issues. Time actually makes it worse. Okay? If you have a sore, if you have a sickness and you don't deal with it, time doesn't just make it better. Time makes it worse. Do you understand what I'm saying? That guy or gal in your life that's not been good for you, time hasn't healed it. Time is making it worse. Let them go. Move on. Move on and do something different. Okay? Start small is the next step. Start small. Make little changes. Sometimes we may not be able to change everything. If it's in your health, hey, I'm going to go take a walk today. I'm going to just eat this salad today. I'm going to do something better. Just make little improvements, and then you will see big changes. And number 6 and 7 goes together. Is what I like to talk about. Some people don't like it, but the reality is, it's what it is. Pray about it. Prayer moves heaven. Prayer moves the arm that moves the world. And if you can't solve problems, or if it has become so bad that you just can't handle it on your own, then by all means, commit to prayer. Ask God for help. Seek Him in prayer and believe and know that He can make all things better. Because it is possible. All things truly are possible. So believe that you can make a change. Believe that you can put a stop to it. And just remember this. You are only accountable for your actions. You cannot change other people. You can only help them and let them know certain things, but it is up to them to make the change themselves. So that's what I want to leave with you today. I hope it was a blessing. Remember, if you have not gotten this book, please go out and get it. It will change your life. There are so many people graduating. Please go ahead and give it to them as a gift. You can get it in soft cover, hardcover, digital version. It doesn't matter. Any online retail bookstore, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, your Apple bookstore, it's available ever. So go ahead and do that as well. Okay, I'll see you guys on tomorrow. We almost finished with the book. We've been reading through this book consistently now for almost a month. And so on Tuesday, we will be finishing. We have the last chapter to do on Tuesday. So we're almost there. We're almost there. Thank you for joining me. The sun is coming through right now. So God bless you. Go out there and make a difference today. We'll talk tomorrow. Bye-bye.